Race 2 is finally here for the Stock Car Sim Racing Association Dev Sports Cards NextGen Series. It is the Freddie 220 presented by JOFAR Industries, sponsored by Billy Tidhoff at Michigan Motor Speedway. Good evening, everyone. I am Joshua King, and with me in the booth this evening is Matthew Drafty Beef Everard. Drafty, the first night of us being welcomed as the new official broadcast network of the SCSRA Wednesday night series, and we get it all kicked off with Michigan. Tell us what to expect from this track and this next gen car.
I tell you, I'm really looking forward to this one. Michigan's one of my favorite tracks. It's known for its wide racing surface, which allows incredibly high speeds and some thrilling finishes.
I'm looking forward to it too, man. I mean, we got a good one tonight. Race 1 was amazing from Daytona. There was not a broadcast, but the winner of that race was the number 2 of J Stinson. We're actually going to get a word with him here momentarily. First, though, let's take a look at our track conditions and weather conditions on the day. It is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 39% humidity. It is overcast with low winds there, as you see, 3 miles per hour. This track is 2 miles long. It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit on the track currently. Drafty, I'd have to imagine that's going to go up and make for some loosey-goosey race cars.
I agree. As more cars get on the track and more laps they do, that track's going to heat up and they're going to lose some of that cool track grip that they're going to have at the beginning of this race.
That's right. It's going to be fun to see these guys wheel these cars around this 2-mile track. Let's get J Stinson in here if we can. Jay, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Well, we're just excited to be back at it here and be broadcasting these races for you. Last week at Daytona, you couldn't have started the season better for yourself. You picked up a big win, locked yourself into the playoffs on race 1. What's that feel like to go now the rest of the season on easy street, if you will?
Yeah, just it's great to get that first win and get that pressure off your back about making the playoffs, and then the rest of the season will just be to go have a good showing, maybe pick up a win or two, and have some fun with the guys and see if we can get the rest of our team in this into this playoff and championship run.
It definitely takes the nerves off, that's for sure. Now you have a big chance tonight to start the season even better than you did and go back to back. How's the car feeling so far in practice? What do you think you're going to do tonight?
I think I'm going to be absolutely terrible. I feel I can't find the car itself, and I'm pretty slow right now. I'm hoping throughout the race I'll figure it out and make a good showing by the end, but it may take half or more than half the race to get it all dialed in.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you never know how it's going to play out, right, with some strategy. And, of course, you work your way up to the front, maybe get some stage points. Ultimately, keep it clean, though, and you'll stay up high in the points. And you're locked in. You got some help with your teammates here at Venom Racing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right on, man. Well, happy to see you. Thanks for talking to us. Before we let you go, though, anybody you'd like to shout out or thank this evening?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd like to thank you guys for coming on and broadcasting. It's a great bunch of guys, a great league. We all have a good time. Not a lot of hotheads or anything crazy. Dev and Ryan Gomes and Josh can't be here tonight with us. Josh's pops is in the hospital, so we could all just take a moment and wish him, send some prayers down their way, make sure he's okay. And my teammates for showing up and having some fun.
All right, sir. Well, thank you. Well said. And we'll get you back up to Venom Racing. Good luck this evening. Maybe we'll talk to you after the race.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the driver of the number 2, J Stinson. That's the Venom Blue Ridge number 2 that you see on track currently. As we'll take a little bit of a look here, Drafty, at some of the practice times people are putting in and where they place currently on your green timing tower over to the left of your screen.
And we have Justin Parham, currently best in practice with a 38.41, but not far off of him is number 92, Travis Burton, coming in with a 38.46. And I'd like to point out, so now between second place and fourth place is a .03 difference, and only a .08 from first place to fifth place. Sorry, misspoke about fourth, but fifth place.
It's tight all the way through the field, through practice right now. We can look all the way down to the 12th place sitter right now, and Brad Young, and it's nearly 2.5 tenths to the lead. That's all the way to 12th place, folks. Right now we have 22 cars set to make the grid this evening, so good field. Billy Tithoff is our sponsor for this Start Car Sim Racing Association race this evening. Of course, the Freddie 220 is what we're getting ready to run here. Let's see if we can't get a word with Mr. Tithoff as well. If we can find him, bring him in. Billy, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy? Billy, you with us, sir? Billy is not with us currently, Drafty.
Must be having some radio issues in the car.
I think we've been there just a couple times ourselves. So we will get Billy back to the channel he belongs in for his race team. We'll try to get with him maybe after he qualifies or during a caution sometime, so he can tell us a little bit about JOFAR Industries and why he sponsored this race. But some really nice looking cars out on the track. If we want to take a look at your at the 36 here of Devin Zimmerman. Wow, I'm all mixed up here. Roxborough, North Carolina, Ford. That's a cool looking paint with the flames built into it there.
Yeah, I'm liking this one quite a bit. So the Legend of Vox Machina?
Machina, I'd assume.
I'm not sure, but that is a sharp looking Ford Mustang for sure. Let's take a look here at the 01 of Travis Bennett in the Bucky's 01. It's a pretty nice looking ride as well.
That's an awesome paint, man. I love these next-gen cars, not only to drive, but the style and what you can do with the paints, with the number moved all the way forward. It's very cool. We're going to have to talk to Travis, see if he's actually involved with Bucky's or sponsored, because we're going to have to get some snacks sent our way. And Drafty, I didn't forget about you from Monday night. I still owe you overnight cookies.
That's right. Their overnights turned into a few nights now. That's all right, though.
I know. I missed. But let's keep going through the field here. Let's take a look at Justin Parham here, Bowling Springs, South Carolina, in the Jack Daniel's Coca-Cola 19. Not a better mix than those two. And love that paint, the black gold and the chrome, or black red and the chrome on that car.
Yeah, it's a sharp looking ride, and two of my favorite drinks right there, especially when mixed together.
Heck yeah, man. Let's take a look now. Sharon Hill in the number 5 is on track from Richmond, Virginia, in the Sentinel Fit Ghost number 5, gold and black on that machine. That's a good looking paint too. You commented it before we even went live.
Yeah, I was saying I love the black and gold look on these next gens, and I get Kyle Busch's 3Chi was what really turned me on to that black and gold combination, and this is just a beautiful car right here.
It certainly is, for sure. Now we take a look at Joe Irwin. He's out of Hurricane, West Virginia, and Tudor's Biscuit World Chevy. Nice looking combo on that one, the brown and the white.
A very nice earthy tone here. Let's see what it says. Start your day the homemade way. You know, I gotta like that slogan.
Right on. We're gonna learn these drivers, folks, as we go through a couple of these races. We got to figure out if they're sponsored by these companies and Sure, we'll learn more of that as we go along, as we take a look now at Derek De Silva in the blue and white number 16 Common Sense Supplements Ford Mustang.
Moving right along, we'll take a look at Corey Bunch out of Lafayette, Tennessee, and the plain white 02, unsponsored. If there's any sponsors out there, this guy's looking for a few. He needs a little to spice up his car.
Let's see how Mr. Bunch runs tonight. Maybe we can't get him a sponsor hooked up from our chat. Tina Miller says, let's go Zim. Devin designed his car, she says. Derek
Nice.
Katz says, holy cow, it's drafty beef.
It is me.
It is indeed. Right on. Devin says in the chat, he said, also all of the other tank racing cars, which we will see even more of them throughout the night, folks. We are getting ready to go qualifying. 2 laps of qualifying here. Brad Young, Logan, Utah. We took a look at his car briefly in that white 78. Some cars out on track now. Looks like Chase Greer in the 40 is the first one to make his way on track there, and that's a nice looking ride as well.
Oh, now this has got to be hands down my favorite car. Just the fact that he is sponsored by the best whiskey out there, Blue Label, Johnny Walker.
Blue Label. Guys, if you don't understand how much Drafty likes to talk about Blue Label, he's not lying. That is accurate. That is very cool. Johnsonville, South Carolina for Chase Greer in the Chevy Camaro. A lot of people taken to the track now as Greer crosses the line to start his first lap. Take a look here maybe at Travis Bennett, if he is out there. There he is. Oh, that's the Buc-ee's machine. Devin Buccino, let's see. We didn't get a look at him in the brief practice, and Drafty, I already mentioned it. I love this car. This is my favorite one. Devin Buccino at Ruskin, Florida. 8-time SCSRA champion, NextGen, Xfinity, and Trucks. Man, that is an impressive resume, and he's the boss man in the series and the league. Got that yellow and black Dark Horse Mustang looking really good there for the 68. So far, Travis Bennett is your quick time. He's 38.59 to be at the top of the board.
Yep, very quick, but let's see if anyone can beat him. Still a lot of cars yet to qualify and put in a time.
On a cars so far. Sharn Hill so far is running second, 38.68. That shows just how quick Bennett's time is, just about a tenth quicker there, as we see Buccino put in a time of 39.04 for his lap. First lap, rather. He comes to the line. Will he improve? He does. He goes fourth quick. Travis Burton in the 92 jumps up to second quick with a 38.54. Looks like that was probably his first lap.
Maybe he'll get even quicker on that second one. We'll have to see here.
He may. We're going to keep it right here on Travis Burton. See if he doesn't steal it away from Bennett, who's led basically from the beginning of qualifying. No, I guess Burton was done. Heading down pit road now. Looks like J Stinson, last week's winner, still out on track, or was, just finished up. He currently sits seventh quick. Joey Hickox is just finished up as well. Still quite a few cars here to set a time. Charles Balance is getting ready to get going here. First lap, 38.87, puts him 12th quick on the board currently. Josh Mueller sits behind him. Garrett Walden is still on track. Looks like his first lap was a 38.95. He'll look to improve on that. It was 14th quick Matthew Fritz just put in a time. Garrett Walden, he improved third quick, 38.57 for the 24 of Garrett Walden that you see on screen.
Here now we have Trey Spears out on track, looking to set some hot laps and see if how well he can do.
I like that one, Drafty. Looks like a bit of a camo look there on that car.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see of it, maybe I just see some orange numbers flying through right now.
Okay. Bad jokes early from Drafty Beef.
Gotta get him out now. Gotta get him out now.
That's right. Trey Spears in the 3 makes his way down the backstretch, and he'll go into turn 3 looking to set his first time of 2. Justin Parham is also out on track, or just looks like coming to a stop now, but did not set a time. Not sure if maybe he got into the wall. Looks like he's back out there now. Maybe something was wrong. Trey Spears, first lap, 39 flat, 18th quick right now for the 3 of Trey Spears. Michael Lepicki, Billy Tithoff still yet to put in times. Lepicki is on the track, it would appear, as there he is right there, I believe.
Yes, sir.
In the 46.
So one of the few drivers yet to put in a time this evening. We'll have to see where he places amongst all these fast times.
Trey Spears did improve slightly, 38.87 up to 17th quick. He moved up 1 on lap 2. That will end his qualifying efforts this evening. Lepicki Parham still yet to set a time, as well as Tithoff. Everybody else in the field has put in times, and Lepicki is in the process of doing so, as well as Parham. Lepicki's first lap, he goes 19th quick, 38.89 on his first lap. More than likely will improve as long as he keeps it in the right direction, Drafty, for lap 2.
Yes, sir. Get those tires just a little bit warmer, a little bit grip here on more grip on this second lap. Allows you to carry a little bit more speed through them corners.
We see him exit turn 4 and come around for his second lap as he dives down below the white line. Completely illegal there. Lepicki's second lap, he does improve, 38.75 up to 12th quick. That's where he will start on the grid, as 2 people have elected not to take times. Parham was out there. I'm not sure what might have happened with him. Never did end up putting in a time, and Tithoff has not been on track in the qualifying session.
Yes, sir, and that's going to do it for our drivers out for qualifying this evening, as we will wait for them to grid up and get our green flag underway tonight for the Freddie 220.
I'm excited for this one, Drafty. I know we've been excited to be a part of this league and this series, and good turnout tonight for our first race. 22 drivers in the field. Hello, everyone in chat. Feel free to chat when we have a moment like we do right now. We will definitely acknowledge it. And of course, during cautions, we'll bring you some mid-race interviews if we can find the driver we're looking for, as well as engage with you guys. And if you haven't yet, drop a follow or subscription for Royalty Racing Network. We're going to get you your grid here shortly, as the drivers have a brief drivers meeting, I would assume is what's happening right now.
Let's see, we got about a minute and a half left before they'll start gridding up.
Minute and a half. Yeah, it's almost time, folks. Take a quick second to thank our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network. First off, SM Racing Products. Take your sim experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Use code ROYALTY at checkout to save 20% on your order over $150. Man, that is a sweet deal. And I have one of the button boxes. They're amazing. Check them out right now at sm.racingproducts. I'm sorry, I do that all the time, Drafty.
It's all right.
I got to make it like couple dashes. sm-racingproducts.com. And PGHA Designs. Victory starts with a flawless finish. Contact Drafty Beef on Discord for a quote on your iRacing custom paints today, starting at just $25. That's a sweet deal too, Drafty.
Sir.
Giving them away over there. We are moments away from getting you your starting grid for the Freddie 220, presented to you by JOFAR Industries and sponsored by Billy Tithoff. Tried to talk to him in the pre-race show, but didn't have any acknowledgement or volume, perhaps. Here is your starting grid, and starting on the pole is the 01 of Travis Bennett from Midnight Motorsports. Travis Burton in the 92 will start on his outside. Row 2 will look like this. Garrett Walden in the 24. Sharn Hill will start 4th in the 5. Joe Irwin in the 44 will start 5th. Uh-oh. Where'd it go?
Oh, it's all right. Corey Bunch in the 02 is going to be in 6th place. Matthew Fritz is going to be in 7th. I don't know where the grid went, why I went away so soon. That's all right. 8th place is going to be Devin Zimmerman. 9th place is going to be Devin Butchino. And 10th place is going to be J Stinson. 11th place is going to be Ryan Gomes. And 12th place is going to be Michael Lepicki. 13th place is going to be Chase Grier. And 14th place is going to be Derek Da Silva. Followed by 15th by Walt Lepicki. And 16th by Joey Hickok. 17th place is going to be Charles Chucky Balance. And 18th is going to be Trey Spears. Coming in 19th is going to be Josh Mueller. And in 20th is Brad Young. 21st will be Justin Parham, and rounding out the field in 22nd is going to be Billy Tithoff.
Right on, man, as we take a good look at the cars lining up, getting ready to drive off pit road. Our apologies for the grid disappearing, though, but we got it covered. No problem, as the 01 of Travis Bennett fires off, and we see these guys get lined up 2 by 2 for their start of the Freddie 220 here at Michigan Motor Speedway. They're lining them up here as the iRacing.com pace car leads them down. We'll get you your timing tower here shortly as soon as they go green, of course. That 92 of Travis Burton starting on the outside of row 1 looks fantastic. We're going to see him a little bit more throughout this race, of course. As now you see the row 5 on back start to catch the first 4 rows to get ready to go green. Short parade lap here, folks, as they come off pit road and get ready to take the green flag for the first time this evening. And shortly we will see the iRacing.com pace car dip down pit road, and we'll get this thing going. So you see they get into the Geico restart zone, and Travis Bennett leads the way, and we're green in the Freddie 220. Into turn 1 they go, side by side. as now that outside row of Burton falls off just a little bit. Travis Bennett still leads the way into the backstretch. Lap 1 is completed as now Travis Burton battles back on the inside of Travis Bennett. The two Travises battling it out up front. Back behind them, you got Garrett Walden and Joe Irwin side by side as well. Nearly 3 wide as you look 2 cars behind them. Travis Bennett continues to lead, though. He fought off Burton. Right now, they're taking the middle to high lane, it would appear. We'll see how that develops. Folks, we're having slight technical difficulties on our end, so we will get you that timing tower here momentarily. But for now, I'll keep giving you the racing action as there's your timing tower right now, so you can see what we're talking about. We already have a car, Drafty, a little bit down below the apron, is now just right as we say it, the caution comes out for the first time tonight.
Let's go back and take a look at that one. All right, looks like we got Brad Young involved in this. We'll have to see what happens. It looks like a little, just a little contact up on the wall, came back down, collected the 31 and the 41. Let's go have another look at that. Or did they make contact before the wall? Oh, it looked like maybe the 78 lifted a little bit to not hit the wall. And 31 just kind of came up into him a little bit. I don't know. It's just an unfortunate racing deal, in my opinion.
It is indeed, and tough break for the 41 of Chucky Balance. He went hard into the inside wall, and folks, they do have one fast repair here this evening, and I have to believe, Drafty, that Balance was not looking to use that on lap 4.
No, I can't imagine so. And actually, let's go back and take a look at him hitting the inside wall here. I gotta see this. I didn't want to get too far, but it's just unfortunate.
Hard into the 78, then he gets tapped by the 31.
Oh, and he hits the part of the
Tries
wall.
to lock it up, yeah.
Oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to step on you there. He hit the off.
Oh, you're all good.
He hit the worst part of the wall too. It's, you know, right where I feel like maybe if he would have hit a little bit sooner where it was flat, he may have been able to not have as much damage, but I gotta imagine that's some hardcore damage. Thank God for fast repairs.
Yeah, that's certainly right. Joey Hickox in the 31, we saw him in that same shot go head straight into the wall as well. And he will have to use his fast repair early. Unfortunately for both of them as well, Drafty, the car may have been so broke they had to take a tow, which, as you know, regardless if you have a fast repair or not, that might result in you going a lap down regardless of the situation.
Yeah, it is always very unfortunate if you have to take a tow, because it can take upwards of 2 minutes depending on the track.
Yeah, and hopefully they did get it back there, either limped it back or towed fast enough to stay on the lead lap. We will see that information here momentarily. As it appears, Brad Young, Joey Hickox still down pit road. I'd have to believe Hickox for sure with the impact we saw. Definitely going to need his fast repair and definitely had to tow, as we mentioned already. Tough break there early in the race.
It's always sad to see an early caution. Thankfully, his night's not going to be ended, and he can get back out there and hopefully have a good rest of the race and avoid any future mishaps if there are any.
Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing, right? Use that fast repair now. Maybe you approach it with a little bit more a caution, I guess, if you will, to try not to get involved in anything else, right? But we're either way, we're getting ready to go back green here as the lights on the iRacing.com pace car have turned off. And they'll head down to the backstretch, and we'll get it back going, working lap 6 in our first caution of the evening.
Yes, sir. First caution. Hopefully not too many more. It's good to see. I have to say, I like to watch these cars race. I personally don't get to race them too much. It's because they're so different than other NASCARs. They're a little bit more focused on aerodynamics, bigger tires, bigger brakes, kind of more like a road car.
Yeah, that's right. And mixed reviews this car has gotten from, I think, everybody, drivers, media, fans alike. But we'll get ready to go green right here as they enter turn 4. And Drafty will bring us back to the green flag.
Yes, sir. We'll hop up here with Barney as he gets ready to wave that green flag.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is out, and we are underway at Michigan International Speedway. Let's take a look and crank the sound as we listen to these beautiful machines come zooming by. All right, and we are back. First lap completed after the restart in the 01 of Travis Bennett, still in the lead, followed closely by the 92 of Travis Burton.
The Travises still lead Drafty and about 5 or 6 cars back. We have a good battle there with the 5 of Sharn Hill threatening on the 02. He's going to go inside here and see what he can do.
Yeah, he's going to get that low line, but we'll have to see which lane here is going to be fast. There are so many different lanes you can choose from to run on this track that we'll have to see how the track develops as this race goes on.
There certainly are. As while that happened, we see 3 wide right in front of him. The 44 took it right up the middle, and he completes the pass on both of them and goes to second.
What a move by the 44 of Joe Irwin. Very well done as he gets right on the back of the 92. He says, I got some speed. Let me get up front and lead a couple laps.
He's letting them know he's here. Since then, Travis Bennett, who led the first 7, has went to third, as now Irwin taps the wall. Doesn't look like any damage as he gets right back on the tail end of the 92.
He's going to be looking low here, see if he can maybe just get under him, but just can't quite get it done. He'll tuck back up and try and get some of that draft.
He certainly can. That battle for first through third cools off just a little bit, but a little bit further back in the field, Lepicki and Stinson are jockeying for 8th and 9th. As you see them on your tower go back and forth at every turn. That's the 46 and the 2 Blue Ridge machine.
There's some good battle in there. Doesn't quite look like the 2's going to get it done, and now he's kind of stuck on the bottom there. We'll see if the 19 can get by him of Justin Parham.
It looks like he will. Drafty, and now the 19 will set his sights on the 45, it would appear. The 46, I'm sorry, folks. Still learning the drivers and the numbers, but now the 46 drives away.
That's all right. It looks like we got a battle between Matthew Fritz and Corey Bunch here as they are side by side fighting for that 6th and 7th spot.
They are, and that 29 is a good looking ride. We didn't see that one earlier, but that is Matthew Fritz as he looks to clear the 02. He does. Now the 46 will look to clear the 02 as well.
Can he get it done on the outside? I see late. I think it, depending on the driver, we're seeing some good passes on the inside, the outside, the middle. They're all over the place.
You're right, Drafty. Right now, all of this track appears to be working. It might be a case of who's saving tires and who wants to go to the front for the potential stage points. As now on your screen, we take a look at the 5 battling the 44 of Joe Irwin once again.
And they're fighting hard for that second place, and the 24 seems to be gaining on him too. He might have something to say about it as they're battling. He's gaining on them.
He is, and now we're starting to see the track develop just a little bit. Only 13 laps into this thing, and they're starting to run the bottom just a little as the 24 nearly peeked his nose in there under the 5 and made it 3 wide.
I say that you might see a lot of that tonight because there is the space. I mentioned it before. Michigan is a very wide track. There are lots of lanes to run, which makes it very exciting racing.
It is an awesome track. Now the 29 is all of a sudden on the inside, and the 19 might go to the outside of the 24 as well. They might both get there. No, they won't. 24 shuts the door.
He does. The 29 is going to stay on the outside here. Now he's got to work that line, see if he can make up some positions. I tell you, I thought this might be a little timid at first, but they are just, from the word go, they are racing hard and clean. This is some grade A racing tonight from these drivers.
It is so far. We got a long way to go as the 29 and the 46 battle. Right behind them, Drafty, the 01. The pole sitter, Travis Bennett, now down 8 spots. What do you think that's caused from?
You know, it could be strategy, saving tire, just trying to ride out, let the other guys battle hard and come in at the end. We are on only lap 15 of 110, so still there is a lot of race to go.
There is indeed, and we still have 25 laps until the stage is complete. I'd have to believe that's plenty of time for Bennett to work his way back into good position for stage points. The 46 and the 24 still finding a battle no matter where they are on the racetrack, as now he's on the inside of the 5 of Sharn Hill. Battle for the lead, though. Didn't mean to cut you off, Drafty. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, Joe Irwin making a move to get on the outside of Travis Burton there to get the lead momentarily. They're battling back and forth for that lead.
I mean, they even touched.
They are racing hard out there, ladies and gentlemen.
They certainly are. Now, that battle between them allowed the rest of the field to close back up on them. As you see, the 5 of Sharn Hill, he might dip to the inside and try to take second.
Yes, sir. Let's take a ride on board with the number 5 and see some of this action. As, we see them touch in front of the 5. That's going to give him a good run, perhaps, to get past him, as the 24 now gets past the 5 for second place.
Man, the 5 is lucky he had space there, isn't he?
Yes, sir. They are wheeling these things, as you can hear those tires just screeching on the outside there, trying to keep all that grip. We'll take you back outside the car here and give you the view of these close battles going on throughout the field.
Probably 13, 14 cars, if I count correctly, right here in this lead group. Is now the second group has fell off just slightly. Let's go back there just a little bit now as Derek De Silva in the 16 runs 14th currently. As you can see, he is one of the guys kind of split up from that first group right now. How do they gain back on this first group, Drafty?
You know, I think that this track is a very heavy drafting track as well. It's not a super speedway, but it is big enough where if they work together and use the draft and not try it and get past each other, they could catch up on that group.
Yeah, they're going to have to get together and put some teamwork in. Joe Irwin up front now, still leads. Travis Burton, though, is now fell to 4th. I might think that he decided, hey, this is pretty intense racing so early. I'm going to cool it off. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he went up. He led a good amount of laps here in the beginning. Maybe he's going to sit back, cool off the tires. Maybe a little strategy coming into play here.
Who knows? The 24 and the 5 have we seen all race already, still battling each other. The 46, though, is now taking on Burton for the 5th spot, it would appear.
Yeah, they're back and forth through all these positions through the field. There's some great drivers here tonight.
It's been exciting so far. We're only 20 laps into this thing. We're halfway to the stage, folks. Your biggest mover and shaker so far is the 19 car of Justin Parham. He's up 13 spots in that Jack Daniels Coca-Cola Ford Mustang.
Yeah, you know, I'm secretly rooting for him tonight because I just want to see a Jack and Coke car win a race. So he's got to get me that tonight. I want to see it. I didn't get to see it before, so I got to see it now.
Hey, that'd be pretty sweet, and I hope he's not offended. I said Ford Mustang. That is a Chevy Camaro of Justin Parham out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina. That lead pack, I mean, there's just so much good racing. We could just focus on the whole thing.
Yes, sir. They are back and forth, shimmying side by side here, just fighting tooth and nail.
They are indeed. The 46 of Michael Lepicki, he's up 10 spots now as he just went by the 5 of Sharn Hill and will look to the lead.
They have been battling all race, but it looks like the 5 of Sharn Hill will keep that second position there.
I mean, he had such a great run off the corner. The 46 was on his inside, and now the 5 is going to dive down. Oh, we see a block. It looks like the 5's away below the apron.
Well, they rub coming across the start-finish line. That was a crazy block early on by the 44, but hey, it makes things spicy. I never give it to them easy. Make them work for it.
That's right. Make them work for it, and they battle Goodyear to Goodyear down the back stretch now as the 5 will fall back in line temporarily.
Now we got the 40. Oh my gosh, the 46 again looking to make a run up there. And the 92 looking to get back. Oh, as it makes a little contact with the wall there, trying to get to the outside of the 46.
And the 92 was awfully nice there as he let him back in line, and he didn't need to. Now the 5 might want to try the outside, but he's got company right behind him.
Yes, sir. Well, the 44 does have a little bit of a lead now, but the draft here on the straightaway, they will catch right back up to him in no time.
They certainly will.
See the 5 trying to make that outside lane work for him and carry a lot of speed. He is staying right there with them and gaining.
It's a back and forth battle all the way through this front group, folks, and they rub again into turn 1. Keep it straight, boys.
Wow, that is some hard racing. Just one lap prior, they were Goodyear to Goodyear, but the 5 was on the inside. Now they had to flip it to the next lap. We'll have to see how it comes coming around now this lap as they are battling super hard for that first position.
Drafty, the guys right behind him have to love seeing this because they've been able to close and don't look now, but the 92 of Burton is on his way back to the front.
Yes, sir. I'm sure he wants to get back up there. He was leading for the good part of the beginning of the race. So he's itching to get back up there for stage points and all that.
That's right. We did see him blink just a second ago. Hopefully that doesn't become a consistent thing. That wouldn't be good for anybody. As now we see him go a little bit single file here for the top 5.
Yep, there's a single file out here a little. They'll have to work hard, work together to get back up and make some moves to get past that 44 who has been clogging up both lanes whenever he gets anyone on him. Great defensive driving.
It's been fun to watch. J Stinson, last week's winner in the 2 cars, up 4 spots. He's just outside of the top 5 right now. He's joined the fray.
Yes, sir, I'm sure he's looking to get a win as well.
to believe Stinson would love to go back-to-back, as now we see Burton be challenged by Stinson. Burton kind of back and forth here so far tonight, Drafty.
Yeah, he gets up front, kind of makes his moves up there, and now all of a sudden now we see him back again here in that, you know, 5th, 6th position area. He's kind of riding. I'll have to assume that he'll make another charge here in a few laps if he's a creature of pattern anyway.
Yeah, and it might be one of those things where he starts seeing those final 5 in the front group close a little bit, and he puts the pedal to the metal. Then, once he realizes, hey, we're getting close on some stage points here, maybe he cools it off a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Cool. There's a lot of race left, but, you know, every point does count. So, as we see the 24 now looking to the inside to get back up to that 3rd position. Nicely done. Makes it happen.
Very nicely done, as now the 46 is beside the 92. The 02 might think twice about making it 3 wide on lap 29. He will, but they continue to battle for that spot as Stinson crosses back and forth between the top 5 for the time being.
He'll hold on to it for now as the 92 with Travis Burton tucks back in.
The 02 and the 29 now battle along with your pole sitter of who was that? Travis Burton. Man, I'm so confused here with the Travises and the new drivers. I'm all over the place, but either
Please
way, the
forgive us.
Bucky's 01. What's that?
I said, please forgive us.
Yeah. We'll learn. We're getting it. We're getting it. Having a great race anyway, but
Amazing race.
they still battle, and now maybe this is what we talked about, Drafty, where the 01 of Travis Bennett was kind of hanging back, saving tires, because now he's coming strong on the inside lane, giving pressure to the 02.
Yeah, he wants to get moving. He knows he can use that draft and hopefully get up there and gain some positions here.
They're 3 wide, nearly 2 rows in a row, and the 2 backed out. I don't blame him for that, but they stayed 3 wide a row in front of them temporarily.
I said that 02 and the 01, they're cooking that on there on that inside line. They're looking to get back up into that top 5 area and have a contention to get up front.
I mean, this is just such great racing from your top 10 here, folks. We will look elsewhere if there's good battles on the racetrack, I promise, but this has been the best one through and through through these first 32.
I have to imagine the 5 of Sharn Hill is really liking all this battling going on in mid-pack. Him and the 44 of Joe Irwin are kind of getting a little bit of distance on these guys.
They certainly are. They love the battling that's going on behind them, because now the race for the top 2 at least has cooled down.
At least for a lap or 2. It gives them kind of a chance that maybe they'll cool off their tires, try and save a little bit here this next lap or 2, and then be able to fight hard on the defense.
Yeah, you're right. We're about 7 laps away, maybe close to 6 now, from the stage where we will have a stage caution, folks. Let everyone cool off just a little bit.
This has been some hot and heavy racing.
Certainly has here, as now the 92 still tries to battle with the 24. Josh Mueller right now back from this lead group. He's currently running 17th, but he is closing, excuse me, on the 3 of Trey Spears. Another close battle on the racetrack apart from these top 10 is the 55 of Brian Gomes, who has just gone by the 36 of Devin Zimmerman. But they are still side by side. That is for the 14th and 13th spot currently.
Yes, sir. Good battles all around. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. We got some people going into pit road here. We got some green flag pit stops. We got Garrett Walden, Travis Bennett, and Travis Burton all pitting.
And Drafty, do you think this is one of those scenarios where, hey, we're not going to care too much about the stage points, but we are going to put ourselves in a better position to win the race if this stays green or has limited cautions afterwards?
Most definitely. If this stays green, you have long green flag runs. Pit strategy is a big part of racing. So, and it can all rely or fall apart depending on if it stays green or a caution comes out.
I'd have to believe that is the play, is to short pit here. And we're 4 laps away now from the stage caution, with the rest of the field electing to pit. Ultimately, I'd have to believe those guys will then go back to the front. Correct, Drafty?
I would believe so.
As now they're 3 wide once again. The 92 is on the inside. The 02 finds himself in the middle, fighting hard for stage points. The 68 will take advantage of the 02 backing out.
Yes, indeed. And the 92 was just coming off a pit lane there, so he was able to stay on the lead lap here, it looks like, and get back out and start fighting right away.
The 02, let's see, is Corey Bunch. He has not been in just yet, don't believe.
As we see
But
now,
yes,
our leader, or up in the contentions in the top 3 there, Sharon Hill is coming out of pit, so he elected to pit, which now J Stinson up in that 2nd position.
We have 4 cars now who have pitted since lap 34. And of course, Drafty just called it. Sharon Hill was your most recent, as now we're on lap 38, just 2 laps away from the stage. Joe Irwin leads.
Yes, he does. I have to talk about here, Charles Chucky Balance up 11 positions in 6th place.
He's cruising in that good-looking car there. He's currently your biggest mover. Michael Lepicki is up 9. He runs 3rd. And last week's winner, J Stinson, up 8, running 2nd currently.
Yes, sir. Now the 92 is sticking his nose back in here. Oh, it looks like he got a little loose there. Oh, the 92
He certainly did.
Is a lap down, I'm seeing on the scoring sheet here.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that pit and went a lap down, but if he stays close with this pack, he'll definitely have no problem getting it back, of course, because we're coming to the stage. So I'm sure he's not really too concerned about that right now. If this was later in the race, he would be, as now Lepicki takes over the lead, looking for those precious stage points on the final lap.
Yes, sir. We see some names that haven't been up here. Chase Grier, Devin Butchino, and Charles Balance all up now in the top 5.
They are cooking, and Stinson put the front end of the bumper of the 46, as now he's going to take him outside as they come off 4.
Oh, they touch. They're making contact. They're bumping it. Oh, they're wrecking. Oh, my goodness. There was some heavy contact coming to the line.
And
We'll have to go back.
Go ahead.
I say we'll have to go back and take a look at that.
We certainly will.
They come off at 4 there, dooring each other. Doors them again, pushes them down below the line, gets the car upset, which in turn kind of comes back and takes him out as well. Unfortunate there.
I have to believe, Drafty, the 46 is not going to be super thrilled with that move, even though he quickly got redemption as he tried to hold on to it, you could tell, and got up into the 2 of Stinson.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if that was quite necessary, but I mean, everyone races their own race. I'm sure they'll settle it.
We will see, but your stage finale, which was a good one, looks like this, at least according to our scoring. Devin Buccino is going to be scored first in your stage win. Chase Greer closed it out second. Chucky Balance came in third. Matthew Fritz fourth. Ryan Gomes fifth. Drafty, take us through the last 5.
Devin Zimmerman in 6th, Trey Spears in 7th, 8th place will be Josh Mueller, 9th looks like J Stinson, and 10th Justin Parham. But I have to imagine that maybe they'll go back and look at that and at post race or something. That's a crazy finish for a stage, I'll have to say.
It certainly was, and if we have a race finish like that, we're going to be loving it, as are you at home, I am sure. Let's take this moment to view a word from some of our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network. We'll stack them up and rack them up for... Folks, we are back with you after a very thrilling stage finish. Drafty, that was some of the most exciting racing we've seen, I would say.
Yeah, that was really exciting. This whole race has been a very good race.
It has. It's been awesome. Have to see if anything comes of that incident there as they cross the line. We'll stay tuned with that. But we're getting ready to go back green here after the stage caution, and your whole field pitted basically on lap 42, which is interesting because a couple of those guys that pit early did not really short it. But Drafty, bring us back to green here.
Yes, sir. We'll hop up with Barney here. He's got the yellow flag ready. Oh, there we go. Now he switches to the green flag. That's the right flag, Barney. You got it. Well, let's see here as Chase Greer takes it away in the Geico restart zone.
Green, green, green.
And the chase is on. And here we go into turn 1. All right, we are green flag racing once again with Chase Greer with a pretty good lead right now. Not as close as it was up here in the front back. We got to go back a couple positions here to see some close racing.
Yeah, that's right. Drafty Greer got off to a great start. He led off pit road, which is why he's in the one spot currently. They're all single file for at least the top 8, it would appear.
Yes, sir. They get side by side a little further back here. As we see 3 wide now, the 44, the 19, and the 31 there. That's short-lived, but...
It was short-lived. The 26 and the 31 just behind them continue to do battle as now the 79 machine dives in below both of them and takes it over. As now we look at a battle for the lead here, the 36 and that blue label 40 on the top side. Devin Zimmerman wants the lead and he's gonna get it.
Takes it right away from him down there on the inside line. He is cruising. I have to see now as we can start to see that pack catching up a little bit, led by the 68 of Devin Butchino.
Drafty, if these front 2 keep it single file for a little while and they continue to expand that lead, it's out to about 8/10 now. Do you think they'll hold on to it, or do you think they'll lose it to this pack here?
I think it's only a matter of time before the pack catches up. Once they stop jostling around and start working together a little bit more, they'll catch up to them. Oh, as we see a little contact with the 24 and the 02 there in the middle of the corner.
That was a close one. Whew.
Too close for my liking.
They held on to it. Fortunately, some all-star driving there. As now they're still side by side. Some good battling now. Mid to back of the pack going on.
Yes, sir. All over the place. Got some 3 wides, 2 wides, inside, outside. It's happening all over as we see the 19 just on the outside of our screen there. Get up past the 24.
Now, what some of these guys might be feeling right now, if they were up front for the stage, now they might be in a little bit of a hurry to get back there before possibly a caution here in 20 laps or so, right?
Yeah, I'd have to think so. You want to get up front and probably stay there for most of this race and hope that anything that happens in the back.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, last thing you want to do is be in the back after running the stage up front and then be wrapped up in trouble. All clean and green here for the most part so far. 1 early caution, and then the stage is they're 3 wide with the 01 up the middle.
Yes, sir. Look at that. 3 wide here going into the corner. So he will come out on top of that one. Here, let's take a ride on board with the 01 of Travis Bennett here. Now, folks, this is what the drivers are seeing as they're jostling in and out of traffic here. That is quite the view. It is something else to be inside these cars. It is thrilling.
That is a really cool shot as he continues to go back and forth in that middle. Now he'll elect to go to the outside. I don't blame him for that.
No, sir.
Of course, he's got a lot of momentum there. Now he's on the low side of the 70. Oh, he has contact right in front of him.
I think he avoided that one, but we saw it live here, folks, from in the cockpit of the 01 of Travis Bennett. Unfortunately, I think the Jack and Coke machine there was involved in that. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, not quite far enough back. Let's rewind it a little bit farther for all of you. Let's see what happens here. Go from right about here. So they're staggered 3 wide coming out of the corner here. And the 3 kind of comes up and just bumps the 19, causes a chain reaction. They all go into the wall. Oh, 19 gets spun again. I look at that 79 just couldn't find the brake pedal there for a moment, it seems. Kept pushing that 19 down the track. Doesn't look like too much damage to the 19. Hopefully he can get that repaired and back out on track.
It would appear he'll probably be okay. And from the 01, man, I mean, imagine, Drafty, if he decided to go up to the very top line like he did the previous lap and settle in behind the 79, he would have went straight in to the tailgate of the 79. So lucky decision from the 01 there, I would think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I call that maybe just a little bit of intuition. But, yeah.
All right, roger that. Folks, we are going to try to get a word with the 19 of Justin Parham here quickly.
What did I got?
Justin, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
We saw you involved in that last incident. Looked like it was just a squeeze job. How's the car feeling right now?
I didn't feel too bad as I was getting it back around to the pits. Just got a little bit of damage sitting here getting it fixed. We'll see how it goes.
Well, luckily it's a 2-mile track and they're under caution for our second time tonight, so you got plenty of time to get that fixed and you can save that fast repair.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, best of luck the rest of the way. Quick shout out to your paint. We love your paint job there with the Jack Daniels Coca-Cola 19.
Thank you.
Remind me, Justin, as we are new, where we're putting you back to, sir.
Venom Racing.
Right on, man. Best of luck the rest of the way. Good to speak with you.
All right, thank you.
Once again, folks, that was the 19 Coca-Cola Jack Daniels machine that we see on your screen, just involved in the last caution. And he seemed pretty calm and collected, Drafty.
Yeah, he didn't seem too heated at all. You know, I like that in a driver. It doesn't always have to be, you know, it's supposed to be fun. I think at the end of the day, all these drivers are here to have some fun, and they all know mistakes can happen, things can happen. It's racing. And it hasn't been overly bad. It's been some great racing throughout the pack. So if I was a driver in this, I know I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, overall, Justin stays on the lead lap here. He'll restart this one 17th as Chase Greer and Devin Zimmerman will lead us to green. Zebra in chat. Oh boy, repeat of Martinsville. Not even close. We are 55 laps into this thing. This is only our second caution due to accident. And one caution due to the stage break. So we're doing pretty darn good here.
Yes, sir. This has been some great racing all night. Very, very privileged to broadcast this great racing.
We're having a good time. Derek's having a good time. He said, holy cow, to that stage break. That was our exact reaction.
Yes, sir. So now see, they are double file, getting ready to go green as they come into turn 3 here. We will hop up with Barney if I can get him here. There he is. Barney's patiently waiting, still holding up that yellow flag. He's like, I'll hold up to the last second. There we go. Switches over to the green flag. Getting ready as Chase Greer will once again take us to green. And here we go. The engines are roaring and the race is on. here we go, back to the action as they cross the line. The 40 of Chase Grier is still holding strong in the lead, up 12 positions from his starting position, and our biggest mover of the night.
Oh, yeah, he's doing good work, Drafty, and I know you love to see that number 40 Blue Label machine up front leading the way as now he expands. Oh, as we have a
Ooh.
caution come out just as I was about to say that.
Our caution flag is out here right after going green. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh, and we already see it in action here. Let's rewind a little bit further. All right. Let's see from here. It's like the 56 goes up just a little. 79 comes down just a little. They make contact. Innocent number 78 there. Gets a little bit of contact. Hits the grass. Looks like he might actually save it at this speed. We'll have to see, though. As the 56, though, is going to take a hard hit off the wall. Comes sliding back up. Unfortunate here. Let's rewind and take another hit. Look at that hit on the wall. Oh, a hit on the outside wall. He's playing ping pong here. From sliding across the grass. Hard hit on the inside wall. All the way back up to the outside wall. It's safe to say he is going to need a faster pair.
I mean, he smacked that inside wall, and then the car was so broken that he went back out to the outside wall and didn't even have any brakes available to stop from hitting the 78 again. So bad news for Walt Lepicki. That's a tough deal as we work caution number 4. Let's see if we can get the host of tonight's race in here once again. We tried to talk to him in the pre-race show, but let's see while we're under caution here if we can't get him back. This is Joshua up in the booth. Billy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Billy, you sponsored this race, the Freddie 220. We want to hear all about your sponsorship and, of course, the company you sponsored with. If you don't mind telling us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually just a group of buddies of mine. We do a big off-roading trip every year. We do drag races one of the days. We call it the Freddie 500. And JOFAR stands for Just Out for a Rip. So just a fun thing that a bunch of buddies do. And I said, hey, let's have fun with it and make it the Freddie 220 at Michigan.
Right on, man. It is definitely a mouthful to get out, but we're enjoying the racing product you guys are putting on the track. The 79 right now is 2 laps down. Is that some strategy, or did you find some trouble here?
Found some trouble with my computer at the start. I missed the start, came out a lap down, tried to get off pit road, and got a pit road penalty. So, you know, one of those things I'm just kind of working through. Had some issues at the beginning of the night, so you know, hopefully we can get some laps back, but we're just out here battling.
Right on, man. Well, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out here before we let you get back to focus on the track?
Hey, we'll shout out the boys, JOFAR, and you know, thanks for broadcasting us tonight.
Yes, sir. Nice talking to you. Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the 79 of Billy Titoff, the sponsor of the race. As we take a look at that 79 turquoise and black machine, I'm going to call it, Drafty. What do you say?
That's it. It's a nice and simple looking paint scheme right there. I like it a lot. We'll go back here now. It looks like the pace car does have its lights out, and they are side by side to go racing once again.
Been some really, really good racing, but a couple close cautions here has bunched up the field and maybe thrown the strategy just a little bit, I would think.
Definitely a caution right after a caution. You know, might have some people that didn't pit might get to pit. You know, it's It's a gamble. So we'll hop up here with Barney. He's got the green flag ready this time. So we see the pace car dip off into pit lane. All right, strap in, folks. This race is green and the battle begins. All right, folks, here we go. The number 40 at Chase Grier still up front and leading this race right now. Kind of single file back throughout the field for a little ways here until we get to about 8th or 9th place. We got some side-by-side battling going on.
It might have calmed down just slightly after 2 quick cautions, but we take a look at your screen at the 01. That was your pole sitter, as now he's battling for the 10 spot, and that's your closest race on the track right this second.
Yes, sir. They probably keep it a little calm here now. You know, they're over halfway done with this race, so now you got to kind of keep your nose clean and get yourself in a position to be ready to fight for the lead at the end of this.
That's right, as now there's some good battling going on right behind them as well. That is, I believe, Trey Spears and Travis Burton battling it out. There they are right there.
Side by side now, he's going to look underneath the 44 and try and get another position here as they're 3 wide going into the corner.
It gets awfully tight there, and fortunately, the 92 had such a great run that the 44 didn't even need to worry about it.
Yeah, he got killed. Oh my God, he had killer momentum going through that corners. Now as we see the 19 making a pass, is making a little contact there with the 01 Bucky's car.
There's been a lot of side-by-side rubbing, but rubbing's racing, as they say, and the 29 is on the inside of the 02. He might dive his nose in there 3 wide.
Oh, he decides better of it. Pulls up behind the 68 now. Just going to ride in line as they are 3 wide behind him, though, with the 2, 24, and 02.
The 02 might make it interesting on the 29, but the 29 will keep her low. They're still 3 wide behind him, as now the outside lane is the 19, and he's back in the fray.
That he's got that damage all repaired up and ready to go. Get back up there.
Drafty, this is going to take a ton of patience from the 19, I would think, with all this traffic in front of them.
Yeah, well, we do have a new leader, the 36 of Devin Zimmerman. I see the 40 of Chase Grier back to 3rd position. I wonder if he may have tapped the wall or something. They're side by side for the lead with the 36 of Zimmerman and the number 5 of Hill.
That did happen in a hurry, and now Grier has a lot of company behind him to try to hold off and gain back his momentum.
And so we notice the starts, they kind of seem to spread out, but you give them a couple laps and they get right back together and produce some great racing here.
Well, similar to a lot of super speedways, Drafty, as we've alluded to in prior races, if you jump out to a lead on the start, you're going to get reeled back in.
Yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time.
So now the 29 of Matthew Fritz is on the inside looking for 3rd place on Grier.
Getting a little help from the 2 there, a little bit of a push down in. Oh, that gives him lots of momentum down on that inside line. I have to think that can he get it done to get past Grier?
I mean, the 2 was right there on the back of him for a second. I have to believe that's probably teammates working together. The 92, though, is going to say, hey, you're going to be on the bottom. I'll take the outside.
Yes, sir. Now he's working with that number 40 on the outside lane there, trying to get back up, as it looks like we are almost 3 wide there for a second for the lead.
We nearly are, as now the 36 is going to dive in on the 5 of Sharn Hill for the lead.
No, the 29 is right there as well, as we're going 3 wide, 4 wide right behind them for second place. That is just crazy racing. Allows the 5 of Hill to pull out to get a little bit of a lead right now. Just a moment of his breathing room, as they are 3 wide, almost 4 wide behind him here.
Drafty, there's 41 laps to go, and this is the racing we're already getting.
I can't wait to see when it comes down to crunch time what these drivers are going to do.
I mean, it's just been unreal, as now the 92 looks to make a move on the 40.
And he get it done. He's got someone there that might be able to give him a little push, as we see the 24 maybe work his way back out to that outside line. He'll come in. He says, I'm not giving you a push. I want that 3rd place position. Let me go up there and fight for it, as the 24 and 92 side by side again.
As it looks off corner exit, like the 24 will clear the 92. He'll take over 3rd, Will Waldron.
Very nicely done. We got some side by side battling further back in the field. I see the number 40 of Chase Grier falling back to that 8th place position after leading quite a few laps. I wonder if now this is some of his strategy, lay off till the end of the race, as we're starting to count him down here.
It may very well be, Drafty, as he pitted on lap 42. Every car in front of him, however, pit on lap 53.
That will play maybe a small factor into it. You know, the tires are a big issue.
They are indeed. This track will chew them up depending on where you're running, as Greer has now fell to 11th.
So we see here, though, the 24 of Walden fighting the 29 to get that 2nd position. Look like he might get it done, but they are still side by side going into the turn.
That outside lane has a ton of momentum, and he's got the 5, the leader, running right in front of him with the draft.
And so as we see the 24 tuck back in, it looks like he may have gotten a little loose on corner exit there.
He did temporarily, it looked like, and we have a battle a little bit further back. The 36 of Devin Zimmerman, rather, on your screen is battling the 2 of J Stinson for the 5th spot right now.
Good racing going on here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. I tell you, it is a packed house here. There are over 50,000 virtual race fans tonight in attendance.
I love that one. You got to say that one every race trip. Oh, man. All right. The 36 just can't get the move done on the 2. As now it appears, Drafty, like the 19, your pick to win this thing, finally has some space to move a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can claw his way back up through the field here. There are some fast people, and hopefully he can work with someone and get some good draft runs here on these straightaways.
I mean, he's up 14 spots since he was involved in the caution, folks, as he just dropped to 8th. But now we see why he wasn't worried in the interview about the damage on the car.
We have a great battle up here now for the lead of the 24, working on the inside of the line, trying to get past the 5 of Sharn Hill. Can he get it done here in the corner? He will get in front of him and take away the lead. But the 5 says, hey, I'm not done yet. Right here on the inside, looking to take it right back from him.
Great battle for the lead, as Garrett Waldron will be scored the leader for lap 74, and he has to be pleased with that because he'll get a bonus point. And now they jockey back and forth.
That's it. They are fighting hard here up front. As we see a battle a little bit further back here, the 68 of Devin Butchino trying to get up a few positions here, working that inside line.
The boss man in the 68 Dark Horse Mustang sets his sights on the number 2 of Justin Parham, while the 19 pulls side by side.
Will they make it 3 wide here? Does not look like it. I thought maybe the 19 would have been able to carry a little bit more speed. Looks like he was unable to do so. Tucked back in line there. It seems like the 68 is almost preferring that middle to low line, as he's not trying to go up high when he has a chance, it seemed.
Yeah, he seems comfortable right there for now, and why not? He's got a ton of room on the inside and a lot of speed as well.
So we see the 29 and the 90, sorry, the 92 and the 29, yes, battling up here for third now. Let's see as the 29 looks inside. Can he take the position away?
We've seen that lower line be good off exit, but just not quite good enough so far on the straightaways as the 92 pulls away from the 29.
So we got a little side-by-side battle going on here for the lead once again between the 5 and the 24. Looks like the 24 will hold on to it for now, though.
I mean, this side-by-side action through the top 10 has not cooled off all race long, and nothing has changed as we approach lap 80.
Yes, sir. As we see Devin Butchino taking it 3 wide there for a moment, getting up to that 4th place, now knocking on the door of 3rd.
The 92 wasted a lot of time potentially with the 29, and now the 68 still loving that inside lane.
Yeah, he is cooking down there. I have to think that he was probably holding back for the first part of this race. And now he is up here really showing off all that skill that won him all those titles.
100%, and let's see if he tempts fate with going 3 wide, as now for the first time in nearly 15 laps, the 68 is going to find himself on the outside.
Can he make it work? Will he be just as fast up on that high line? It looks like he is, as he's carrying a lot of momentum to get past that 5. And he does. He will take away 2nd place and marching his way right up to 1st place.
You know, Drafty, what probably allowed for this is him running the inside lane for so long by himself. Not a lot of action down there. His tires have to be much better than these guys that have been battling for the last 10 to 15 laps.
Very much so. You know, he hasn't been jostling. He's just been able to run his line, race his race, and now I feel it's paying off. As we see him come down on the apron. Oh, he's actually going to come into pit. A bunch of people are pitting here as we see the number 5 of Sharon Hill, the 68, Devin Butchino, 3 of Trey Spears, and the 55 of Ryan Gomez, all coming down pit lane. Billy Tithoff is also in pit lane, as we will take you back up front with Garrett Walden, our leader. Now has a bit of a comfortable lead. Next battle looks like 4th place here. They're side by side, the 01 and the 29 of them.
And the 01 back in the action now due to some lead pack pit stops. And quick note from that group that we just saw come down pit lane, the 3 of Trey Spears may very well be hit with an unsafe pit entrance penalty, which would definitely not make for a good night for the rest of his 28 laps, I would have to say, Drafty.
Yeah, that'd be really unfortunate. It's such a unfortunate part of pitting. As much as you got to practice racing, you got to practice pitting, because nothing can be more detrimental than a late race pit penalty.
That's right, and now it comes down to the rest of the pack here as we see the 01 on our screen. He was your pole sitter. He currently sits third as now he dives down pit lane along with the other leaders.
Yes, sir. We see currently in pit lane Garrett Walden, Travis Bennett, Michael Lepicki, Derek Da Silva, and Josh Mueller are all currently in pit lane or on their way out of pit lane. Which will put... Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
I was say, which puts the 92 of Travis Burton up in the lead.
I mean, he's been working for it long enough. If he leads this lap, it'll be worth it, I have to believe. And Drafty, what I was about to say is the interesting thing here is we've seen one group of 5 cars and the next group of 3 cars. This has the potential to be insane by the time this pit cycle is all said and done, I would think.
Yes, sir. If we don't get a caution and they stay green, these pit choices are what ultimately might win the race.
That's right. And the reason I bring that up, folks, these smaller groups, is because typically at these larger tracks with the draft, you may try to go with the full group, such as the whole top 10 or the whole 11th through 20th, right, Drafty?
Yes, sir. That is very true. So now we see J Stinson, Matthew Fritz, and Travis Burton all going into pit now, which is going to give the 0-2 of Corey Bunch the lead.
I mean, the 0-2 here of Corey Bunch has absolutely been working it all night long. We've seen him on our screen. Let's get this guy a sponsor, folks.
Yes, sir. He needs something to put on that car, especially now that he's leading a few laps and get some TV time. He's worth some money. Hit him up.
That's right. That's going to give us a ton of different leaders just here in the last 5 laps with everybody pitting at different cycles as now Matthew Fritz just comes off pit road. Travis Burton off pit road. Still several people to pit here, and Corey Bunch being one of them, who's extending this just slightly longer.
Yes, sir. He's probably going to go out and get as much laps led as he can and then dip in. Have the freshest tires with the least amount to go. It's not a bad way to look at it, as long as you have a good pit stop and no penalties.
That's right. And let's talk about it real quick, Drafty, as he has a huge lead on the field currently due to not pitting. He has to be thinking right now, please, please give me a caution, right?
I'm sure that's what he would love to see right now. I'd say it's showing about a 30-second gap between the second place car. And that's only going to shrink as these cars with fresher tires now are catching on him. So he's got to make that decision pretty soon. Am I going to pit now, hopefully have a good pit stop, get back out on the lead lap, or am I going to risk it and hope for a caution?
If you watch your ticker on your left side of your screen, folks, you'll see just how quick those people behind him are gaining every single turn, every single lap, as now Bunch appears to be slowing to bring it down pit road.
We'll have to see. Still out on track right now.
And Drafty, that's how drastic the difference is. I looked at my timer, and to see him slow so much because of the tire wear, Parham nearly gained a 1.5 seconds on him in one set of corners. Yep,
that's what I'm saying. That if he doesn't pit soon, he may end up going a lap down if he chooses to pit too late.
It's a slippery slope. He's going to take it all the way, though, I'm sure, with 22 to go. But don't look now, folks. If he doesn't make it, that would make the 19 of Justin Parham your leader. We just talked to him a little while ago after an accident.
And he's got a bit of a lead, too. Gap between the third place position of the number 5 of Sharn Hill. So I mean, he's got to be thinking, when is this O2 going to pit, or am I going to literally have to make up 30 seconds and get him, which is actually down to about 29.5-second gap.
I can't imagine, Drafty, that Corey Bunch has enough fuel in the tank to make it 21 more laps. But assuming he did, just for the sake of argument, Parham hasn't gained quick enough just yet to make it up in 21 laps.
Yeah, I say as of right now, coming out of the corner, he hasn't quite gained a second on him. So, as we see the O2 now slowing up and coming to pit lane, so he will be choosing to pit. Obviously doesn't have enough gas to make it the rest of the way. So we'll have to see where he ends up finishing come to the end of this, which will make Justin Parham, when he comes around, our new leader.
Justin Parham to the lead for the first time this evening as soon as he passes pit road and passes the O2 of Corey Bunch. There is some decent racing through the field as the 36 of Devin Zimmerman is battling with Devin Buccino in the 68.
Battle of the Devons.
That's right, and this is for the 4th and 5th spot, Drafty.
Yes, sir. They got to be thinking that with this being so spread out now, every little position coming down to the end is going to matter. All those little points, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 5, you know, that's all valid, what you need for accumulating through the season, being only the second race.
It's not a bad start, that's for sure. Right now, these 4 through 7 guys have to be thinking, hey, let's keep it straight and narrow and catch these top 2. As we take a look at Devin Zimmerman and the 36 on your screen here, they are about 2 seconds back from the front pack. So as much as they want to pass, Drafty, they got to stay in line to catch those guys with now 19 to go.
Yeah, they need to get up to them. As we see now that, Sharm Hill is taking the lead away from the 19.
That didn't take long at all, and we got to believe maybe the 19 has just a little bit of damage left on that machine that caused this.
That is very possible. You know, you get a little loose or something like that, too. It's going to totally kill the whole momentum. It's going to ruin the whole corner, and you'll lose a lot of speed just overall for the lap.
And now as we get a look right behind them, less than a second and a half, that group of 5 is catching them very quickly, it would seem, and they will have plenty of time to make moves if they keep at this pace.
Yeah, the name of the game right now would be just catching up to that pack and then battling. You got 17 laps to go, and if you can do it within the next 10 laps, catch up to those main guys, then you're in a good position to battle out for the next 7.
I have to believe it's going to come down to that, as all race, Drafty, the 3rd through 7th positions has been the best racing, and why should it change with 17 to go as Buccino leads the pack?
Yes, sir. Now we see the 36 looking to the inside there of the number 40 of Chase Grier.
They are battling close, but this isn't helping them get any closer to the front 2. Buccino, however, has closed it to less than a second on Parham.
Yeah, he's getting there. They are gaining slowly but surely. As we see, they are battling up front here. I don't think they're really focusing on trying to separate themselves. They both want that lead, and they want it now.
They certainly do, but they got to figure it out. I mean, they got to see in their rear view mirror, or at least hear from their spotter, that things are getting a little bit too close here as we approach 15 left in the Freddie 220.
Actually, this has been a thrilling race from start to finish. But we can't help but think that they're going to start to amp it up here as this race is counting down. So we see the 19 looking to the inside of the 5 here, talking about getting that lead. He wants it, but that pack behind him, they are gaining.
If the 19 and the 5 don't stay straight together, they're going to get swallowed up, as now all the way back to 6th place has cut it to less than a second gap on the leaders. Groups of 2 have formed here, Drafty. The 19, the 5, the 68 with the 24. They're still coming on strong, as now it's 2/10 to 3rd.
Yes, sir. This pack is now caught up with our 2 leaders here and are looking to get the lead as the 68 looks to the inside, carrying lots of momentum. Maybe gets 2 positions out of this corner, as they are side by side coming to the line here. Exciting stuff.
Nearly 2 laps ago, folks, the front 6 were split by more than 3 seconds. That lead has gone away. Butchino has taken over second. The 24 of Waldron is now taken. I'm sorry, 24 of Waldron was in second temporarily. Butchino is your leader.
And so he is able to get that lead now, moving up, able to claw back that time, that gap, and now is leading this race. 13 to go. All he's got to do is play defense for these last few laps.
Drafty Parham has now been swallowed up, back to battling for 4th, trying to hang on every lap that goes down. He's happy with. Gotta believe that's damage, I would assume.
I might think so, as we see him get a little loose off a corner exit there, which is going to allow the 0-1 to get underneath them and possibly take away another position.
He's fallen back quickly, as now the 24 of Garrett Waldron has taken the lead away from Butchino. But don't look now, the 0-1, your pole sitter of Travis Bennett, is in the top 5, and he's there.
Says, I started this race up front, I want to end it up front. He's going to do everything he can to get back up there.
The 5 and the 19 might have used some tires up just slightly too quickly, as now they both find themselves about to be battling for the top 5 here.
And they're a 3 wide back there, too, with the 92, the 36, and the 19. 92 comes out in front of that. 19 will lose another position.
Waldron, like a rocket as we hit 10 to go here, has flew past Butchino and Hill and opened up a gap of just over a 10th. So it's not over yet, folks.
Yeah, Walden has made some very good moves all night long. He's been in the picture. We'll have to see if he comes away on top here. The 68 isn't letting him get too far away.
No, he isn't, and all it would take is one mistake or one loosey-goosey move from the 24 for the 68 to take advantage.
Yeah, that's one little mistake could be it. And I know the 68 is just hoping he makes that, along with the cars behind him. We're all hoping that these top 2, which are now distancing themselves a little bit, are going to make some mistakes here in these last few laps.
Anything could happen, as now we're in single digits remaining here in the Freddie 220. Drafty, I have to believe that they've been able to expand on their lead a little bit because they stayed single file while the others battle behind them.
You know, that may be, as they're battling behind them there. That's disrupting the airflow, so that pack back there might not catch back up. If these 2 stay single file and not make any moves to the end, we'll have to see the game plan here.
Closest race on the speedway right now is Sharn Hill and Travis Bennett. That's for the 3rd and 4th spot, with company behind them as well. Go ahead.
Let's see the 0-2 dive down to the inside there to gain, 2 positions. Passing the 78 and the 19. They're going to be 4 wide going into the corner here. Ooh, that was tight, a little tight there, but like I said, Michigan's such a wide track, there is room for it. It's now the 0-2 is up in the 4th position.
Drafty Corey Bunch just pulled off the old 3-for-1 move. While everyone else was paying attention to each other, he said, I'm going to go right by all of you.
He had killer momentum through the corner and no one there to stop it. And he is still gaining right on the bumper of position 3 as the 0-1 of Travis Bennett now. These laps counting down.
Folks, with 7 to go here, Corey Bunch has pit on lap 90. The 3 people in front of him, not past lap 82. Are those new tires going to be enough to get him back the lead and take this win?
We'll have to see as he takes away that 3rd position here. He is moving. We'll have to see what he can do with the 68 of Devin Butchino and the 24 of Garrett Walden.
I have to believe at this point, from what I've seen from the 68, that he'd probably be the hardest guy to get around rolling the bottom. The 0-2 might pick off everybody else pretty easily.
We will have to see. Hopefully he didn't burn it up too early here making those moves. As now we see the 68 diving underneath the 24. 5 to go. He's like, it's time to move. You see the 0-2 dip down as well underneath the 24. I think maybe he was hoping that 68 would run a little bit lower and catch the draft. He will still be in 3rd position coming into turn 3.
We might have a case of what you just mentioned, Drafty, where the 24 might have used them up a little bit early to get to the front. The 0-2 made it look easy. Oh, but the 24 says, give me back that spot, buddy.
Yes, sir. The little crossover move there. The 0-2 came up. Instead of losing his momentum, he crossed him over and gets it back on the inside as they are back and forth for 2nd place right now.
The one thing with that, though, is if you lose your tires, the last place you want to be is where the exit off the corner is slower, which we just saw. 24 gave it to him on the straightaway. Didn't have much for him off the corner as the 0-2 goes to the lead.
That was the same move that he pulled on the 24. We'll have to see if the 68 can capitalize. As the 24 now dips back a little bit in the battle. It's now between the 0-2 of Corey Bunch and the 68 of Devin Butchino.
The 0-2 may very well check out now. Drafty with newer tires as he expands his lead to more than a 10th already in one corner.
We'll have to see. The backstretch is where it really matters. If the 68's got enough tire, can get enough momentum through the corner, he might be able to get it done.
Go ahead.
They are side by side coming out of the corner, coming to the front stretch. 2 to go here, as it looks like the 68 will be leading with 2 to go, but they are side by side. This is still anybody's race with the 24 and the 0-1 still in striking distance.
If the 68 had anything left in the tank, he's got to use it now. But the more these guys battle, the more the 2 behind them close. As we see 3 wide for the 2nd spot, that's the 0-1.
He says, I'm not out of this yet. He's going to get that 2nd place position. We'll have to see if he can get the run up onto the 0-2 as we are coming to 1 lap to go here at Michigan International Speedway for the Freddie 220.
The 0-1 and the 68 close slightly. The 0-1 going to give it a shot on the inside. He's not there yet, but he might be the next time. Half a lap to go.
You see now the 0-2 dipping down to that lower line on the backstretch. He doesn't want to give them that inside line as the 0-1, though, makes a heck of a move to get to the inside as they're side by side coming into 3.
It's a drag race up turn 4 as the 0-2 continues to lead. The 0-1 won't have enough, and Corey Bunch has done it. He wins the Freddie 220 at Michigan. Holy smokes.
What a race, ladies and gentlemen. From the green flag to the checkered flag, nothing but action-packed racing.
Drafty, that has to be the best race we've called so far. Corey Bunch in the 02 unsponsored Dark Horse Mustang started in 6th place, and he comes all the way back to win after pitting 8 laps later than everybody else.
I'd have to think that pitting a little bit later gave him just a little bit more tire, and that's what he was able to. I mean, he passed 3 cars in one turn, and the next turn he passed 2 more cars. And what a finish. Definitely a well-deserved win for the 02 of Corey Bunch.
We couldn't have asked for a better race to start our career here with the Stock Car Sim Racing Association, folks. We're glad you all joined us as we watch the 02 of Corey Bunch burn it down at the start-finish line. We're going to talk to him as well as the man who gave him his best run near the end, Travis Bennett in the 01. And we're also going to talk to the boss man, Devin Butchino in the 68, who almost had what it took tonight to get the checkered flag and the W. Drafty, we need to take a breath for just a brief second here.
Yes, sir. Let's take you to commercial. We'll be back with our top 3.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw one heck of a finish here at Michigan Speedway. And welcome to your post-race show here on Royalty Racing Network. We're going to start off by grabbing Devin Butchino in the 68 machine here. Devin, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Devin, man, what a phenomenal finish that was. You almost had enough in the 68. Walk us through those last couple laps.
We had really good long run speed, and I figured, hey, we'll make the call to come in on 80 and try and force their hands, because I felt like we had better speed over 30 laps than everyone else did. And I thought that was kind of the case until the 02 came out of nowhere. Corey, I didn't think he'd to run that hard for 20 laps. I didn't think he'd have any goodie left in him, but he had enough. I saw the all white car in my review. I'm like, he's going to get this thing. And he got us right at the end. And with the arrow here, we're racing around 3 teammates, and they did nothing wrong. I want to clarify, they did nothing wrong. But, when the air is that important here, we just couldn't couldn't get the run back that we needed to. We got side by side with him once, and you know, it was congrats to Corey. It's his first win in the series, man. It's awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sweating like a pig over here. That was. I hope it was as insane as it was in the car for you guys, because it was pretty nuts out there, man.
I mean, I will tell you, we absolutely loved it from first to 10th all night long. The racing was incredible. We had a hard time finding what race we wanted to talk about, and then the stage finish, and then the final finish. It was amazing. You put on a great show, and all the drivers this evening put on a great show. We're looking forward to being a part of the family for a long, long time here.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on board, man. Everyone's been so excited for everyone at Royalty to come over here, and just a fantastic product from you guys. Just so responsive. Can't say enough about you guys, and I'm excited to go back and watch this one.
Well, we appreciate it. You're going to enjoy it. I promise you that. And before we let you go enjoy this third place finish, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out this evening?
Yeah, I just want to shout out you guys for putting the show on for us, man. It's a breath of fresh air to have someone, you know, doing this for us, so we can go back and watch this excitement. It's just not the same if you don't have that. So thank you guys a ton. I want to shout out Dev Sports Cards, Level Up Subs, New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design, my parents, my beautiful girlfriend, everyone that makes this league what it is, everyone that showed up tonight, man. You can have leagues with 40 people, but if we have our 22 to 25 and we're putting on shows like this, man, you can't ask for much more than that. So thank you to everyone that's a part of this. And it was a long 2 weeks off, so I'm happy to be back. And then if you're not excited for Pocono next week, then I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, yeah, we were excited for this one. I think we're going to be through the roof excited about next week. Appreciate you putting on a great show for us. Go enjoy this third place finish. That's going to do you well in the points early in the season. And we'll see you back here next week at Pocono, as you mentioned.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well. Once again, folks, that was the 68 of Devin Bunchino joining us there. And now we're going to get the guy who started on pole this evening, and that's the 01 of Travis Bennett. Bennett came in, like I say, he started on the front row, led us to green, kind of fell back up front. Travis, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
We are doing phenomenal, man. We're not even driving, and you made us sweat. That was a fantastic race, fantastic finish. Talk to us about those final few laps, what was going through your mind, and how you pushed all the way back to get up to second place.
Well, I knew Corey had the better tires, and I kind of almost had it in my mind that he was going to win. But when he started battling with Devin, I said, man, he's not really clearing them, and he's not pulling away. I might have a chance. And going down the backstretch, he was kind of just trying to play a defensive move, and I wanted to wait to the last second because I know I didn't have the tires to pass him on the outside. So I waited to the last second to go on the inside and maybe side draft him and maybe get lucky. That's the only thing I had for him.
I mean, you put on a heck of a show in the 01 Buc-ee's Mustang this evening. I got to ask, are you sponsored by Buc-ee's?
Nope, but I like going there. I like attending the place.
That's fair. I ask because I was going to ask you to send me some, what do they call them? The Buc-ee's nuggets?
The beaver
Yeah.
nuggets.
Yep. But anyway, so great race. Early on, we saw you start on pole. I mentioned that a little bit ago, and you kind of dropped back a little bit. We were kind of speculating that was tire saving. Is that the case, or was it some other issue in the car?
It was tire saving. We ran this race last season. That was what killed me at the end, was I just burned off the right front, and I was just trying not to duplicate that. But also, I didn't tell a whole lot of people. I barely got into the session because I just came from the dentist. I had 2 rounds of Novocaine, couldn't feel the left side of my face when we started this race. I could barely even talk, and as the race went on, I guess it started wearing off a little bit. Starting to get a little headache, and I guess I wasn't really in the zone, if you, so to speak, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think that would do it to you. So came back for redemption this evening. Awesome to see. in our first race. Before we let you go celebrate this second place finish there, Travis, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out this evening?
Yeah. First of all, I want to shout out to you guys, man. We definitely appreciate y'all coming on board with us. It's always good to have somebody that knows what they're doing, and we can watch it, watch the broadcast over again. Pretty neat. We definitely appreciate y'all coming with us, and all the new guys that showed up this season. Pretty cool. Have them show up and hang out with us. And other than that, I want to thank the team, Full Throttle Motorsports. We did get a win in a P2 and a P4. I have to look at the other ones, but it was a fun night.
I'd say, based off what you just said, those are pretty good finishes for the whole team. Appreciate your kind words. We're happy to be here. Put on a heck of a show this evening. And not to toot our own horn, but you guys are absolutely going to love this broadcast when you watch it back. It was exciting. So go enjoy that one and enjoy second place. We'll see you back out here next week at Pocono, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Once again, folks, that was the 01 of Travis Bennett. He finished second place this evening, started on pole, pretty good bounce back. But in the 02, picking up the win was Corey Bunch, and we got him with us right now. Corey, talk to us, buddy.
I don't even know where to start.
Man, oh man.
I just I can't believe that worked. I just I know that everybody was trying to, I guess, just pit a little early and think about, maybe was thinking about fuel. I don't know, but I figured I would just pit later than everybody, go along and just see what happened, and daggum, it worked.
It sure did work. You came in flying like a rocket. You weren't even on our radar because we were following the top 6. All of a sudden, within seconds, you were a part of that top 6. Walk us through the strategy. You pit 8 laps later than everybody else on the racetrack. Walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, well, with how Michigan is, I've come to find out as when this race started and even midway through, the tires, they did come pretty important, and I've come to realize that the more you stay in the high lane, you wear out the right side more than you would be running in the low lane. And I was kind of, studying all this. So I'm thinking, man, if I could just pit at 90 and then just take 2 and may have enough tire left to at least get up there in the running, it might be a good solid day. Because I think when I got out of the pits I think I was 15th when I rejoined. And today I had my boss, Mr. Bennett. He was like, "What time's you hitting?" I told him, and he said, "Oh, you'll be up here soon." I said, "No way." And no, he knew something I didn't, but that was a heck of a finish, heck of a fight. I just for a debut, I can't believe it.
I mean, we just heard from Devin Buchinell, who gave you his best possible run on much older tires. He shouted out that this is your first series win, so congratulations on that. And anytime you get a win, obviously you're super excited, but the first one is probably the best one, I would say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The first one that's huge, and I mean, and just in general, getting wins, they're hard to come by as is. So I'll any kind of win that I can achieve, I cherish it like it's my last. So you just never know.
You never know. And Corey, some more news you probably haven't even got to think about yet as it settles in. You just locked yourself into the playoffs. So now, for the remainder of the season, you're on easy street. How's that feel?
That's good to know, but I may want to still, if I'm locked in these playoffs here, maybe what I'll do is just try to see if I can get some stage points, playoff points, that kind of deal, and see if I could try to build on that and go from there. Because I got brought in here with a good group of guys. Travis Bennett, he taught me about getting into this league and wanted something to try something different. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and I've been the race, which is fantastic. So I'm ecstatic about that. This is awesome, and to be able to cap off with a win, that's huge.
It was a phenomenal race from front to back. Everything was amazing. The stage finish, the actual finish. I mean, we just absolutely loved it. I'm not going to say that we're speechless because as broadcasters, that's not a good thing. And we found words somehow. But man, before we let you go celebrate this one and pop the champagne, anyone you'd like to shout out or thank this evening?
No, I gotta give a shout out to, of course, Travis Bennett and then Garrett Walden. Those are the two guys I've known for a long time, and they come across this idea. It's like, hey, we can get Corey in here and see if he can run with us, and it's been a blast. I've just didn't want to try to step on anybody's toes and just run my race, and it comes to this, so that's pretty awesome. But I gotta thank them guys. Thank the team, that everyone was a part of it. It's pretty cool, and just how we communicate as a team. Doing this and doing that. That's you couldn't ask for better. So I thank them guys, and I appreciate you guys as well. I'm glad that was a great race through and through. I just yeah, we'll go on the next week.
Yeah, man, that's all you can do. Congratulations once again. I know when you watch this back, you're going to love it, and not just because you got the win, of course, but my partner and I here in the booth have decided that we got to get a sponsor on the O2. Come on, everybody in chat, get a sponsor on there.
Yeah, this was a last minute deal just to, and then plans that we did have at the time it fell through. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just bring out old Betsy, the white Ford Mustang, and see what it's got. And it's still got some power in her. So yeah, we can get some sponsorship in this car. We'll be all set.
There you go. Well, we'll work on that, and we'll let you know. In the meantime, take that Dark Horse Mustang back to the garage, pop the champagne, and enjoy Victory Lane.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Once again, folks, that was your winner, Corey Bunch in the O2. Drafty, let's bring you back in, sir.
Hello, I am here.
Man, we were blessed tonight with such a great first race. Let's take it through the race results here, as that appears to be practice results. Had slight issues with our starting grid earlier, but there's the race results here. Corey Bunch, of course, gets the win. Travis Bennett finishes second. We heard from him as well. And the 68 of Devin Bunchino, who we also heard from. Garrett Walden pulls in fourth, and Justin Parham finishes fifth. Drafty?
Sixth place is going to be Sean Hill, followed in seventh by Devin Zimmerman. Eighth place is going to be J Stinson, and ninth place is going to be Travis Burton, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be Ryan Gomes.
11th place is Michael Lepicki in the 46. Matthew Fritz out of Hickox Racing is going to bring home 12th. Chase Greer, up and down evening for him in the 40. He finished 13th. Trace Spears in the 3 finishes 14th. And Derek Da Silva brings home 15th.
And 16th place is going to be Josh Mueller. 17th is going to be Charles Chucky Balance. 18th place is going to be Joey Hickox. 19th is going to be Billy Tithiff. And 20th will be Walt Lepicki. 21st, Brad Young. And rounding out the field is going to be Joe Irwin in that 22nd position.
Right on. That's how your field breaks down after the finish. It was a good one. If you just joined us, go back and watch the whole thing. Drafty, move on to next week slightly. We now have 2 locked in to playoffs here. Corey Bunch and of course last week's winner, J Stinson. We go to Pocono next week. Very, very unique track. Anything you can tell us about what we might see there?
You know, Pocono, it's such an interesting track. You know, the tricky triangle as it is. From this group, I'm expecting to see some amazing racing. Just judging off of what they've shown tonight, I don't think they're going to have too much trouble with the tricky triangle.
Yeah, the thing about Pocono, the big thing is that you can be good in one or two, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good in three or vice versa. It's interesting because a track such as Michigan, you can get that consistency with the corners 1 through 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Pocono's not that way, so you have to adjust a lot of different times to different corners, different shapes, and overall just a very unique track. It's going to be a really, really fun one, I feel like. I mean, from lap 1, Drafty, we saw 3 wide, we saw heavy pushing to the front, and I mean, for the most part, very, very clean race. It was such a great race.
Yeah, I agree. Great drivers here in this league. My hat's off to them. I'm looking forward to going back and watching this broadcast again and seeing it without having to call it live. I'm really looking forward to that.
I mean, as broadcasters, this is exactly what we want. We couldn't ask for more, not only for the viewers, but also the racers that are all going to go back and enjoy this one, I'm sure. But then for us, it makes our job fun and 100% worth it to put in that work and do it for everybody. We're going to close it out here tonight, and we will be back with you guys right here on Royalty Racing Network on Monday for week 4 of the Hold Your Brakes Academy Racing Series. But first, we'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors. PGHA Designs, victory starts with a flawless finish. Contact Drafty Beef on Discord for a quote on your iRacing custom paints today, starting at just $25 per paint. Majestic promotional and branded apparel, whether you run a company, a government agency, sports team, or even a virtual race team. Turn every item into a statement with Majestic promotional and branded apparel. Comment for details. And finally, SM Racing Products. Take your sim experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Use code ROYALTY at checkout on your purchase of over $150 to save 20%. That is a good deal. Check them out at sm-racingproducts.com. For Drafty Beef and everybody here at SCSRA and everybody at Royalty Racing Network, I am Joshua King. We hope you have a great Wednesday evening and